Here we go, boys. Oh, my God. Pezza is really up at about episode 64. It's the grand final day for all of us degenerates out there. We love this day. This is fucking bigger than Ben-Hur. This is bigger than Tony Oliver in Team PaLTI. Tony Oliver, what the fuck did you do today?
Well, it's the old broken clock scenario, isn't it?
But this is a big clock, Tony. It's a big clock.
It's a big clock today. Yes, there you go.
Now, Tone, I know you're fucking old as the hills and you've been around for 2 millenniums, but how the fuck can you tip a trifecta in 3?
Just a matter of there it is.
Old school.
You know, old school, mate. Just old school, you know.
So I'll just give you the trifecta in 3 horses.
Don't mess around, just box them up. These 3
no, Mr. Worldwide, what do we say? I've never seen someone tip a trifecta in 3 horses since 1978.
Mate, I struggle to get a quinella when I'm tipping the top 4, and his Tone, he never throws up exotics. He says, yeah, just B3 and they'll win.
How's the randomness of it? Like, just fucking get on, boys and girls.
Mate, well done. Well done,
Tone. And we've got to introduce our mate from Melbourne, the Greek freak himself, the man with the tweak. Now, mate, why have you got something holding in your hand?
Because literally, I am singing in the rain.
Oh.
Tone, all I can say is I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. Tone, that was absolutely magnificent. Look, I'll be honest with you. I do realise, and I've worked out your formula.
Oh,
because you've gone the Asian numbers: 1 certainty, 6 lucky, 8 lucky, 1 3, 1 3 6 8. You just put them all together, and you came up with 1 8 and 13 in race 6. And all I can say is thanks for the top up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I don't think I've had so much money on a Thursday.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday night, I've never had so much money. I mean, I didn't pay on Thursdays.
You've got to give us Taz. He's got to give us his thought process. How the fuck did you find a race at Warrnambool in race 6, and then you just tell people on Facebook, "There's your trifecta, ladies and gentlemen, in 3." What's the thought process, Tone?
The thought process there. Well, the favourite should win.
Right.
Man in the boat. Well, that's got its own story to it. Casio's been knocking around for a bit. One of mine close to the mark, and what's the name? All guys comes home well. The Mr. Mischief, the 3rd horse side. I thought, there we go. That's it. I can't do any worse, and I've paid back some of the money now that I owe everybody.
Well, Tony, we won't mention the war. We won't mention the UK, mate. But who cares about the UK when you throw out trifectas in 3 that pay $353? Now, mate. Oliver, that's what he's done on Facebook. Now, please subscribe. The description will be downstairs. Plus, we'll have a little add-on to our Punt Kings where our professional punter, Tipster, resides. Anthony Oliver, there it says, admin. I don't know what that means, but it must mean important. The Bull, race 6 trifecta and quinella. Very good English. 1 8 13, a little bank builder for the weekend. Boom.
Bang.
And
bang.
Mate, can you tell us who's had the $9.96 to get back 628? Can you explain who that is, Tom?
Rosie Evans.
Good on you, Rosie.
Yeah,
on you,
well
Rosie.
Done, Rosie. Yeah, she had a nice little collect there today, and I'm sure she'll be starting to stock up a fridge and wine rack for Chrissy. There's no doubt about that.
Now, absolutely. Tony, is there any story between you and Rosie? Is there something we should know?
Yes, we were many years ago. We were married. Great lady. Great lady.
Do you mean?
And you mean that's your ex?
Do you mean you were married?
It's a lovely lady. Yes.
That's fantastic.
Even me.
Tone, your ex-wife still communicates with you.
Yes.
And takes your tips.
There you go. See, she has obviously some. Confidence in my ability to tip winners.
Wow.
Just out of curiosity,
Marto, this is home and away.
I never Tone.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you were married to someone who was 40 years younger than you.
Oh, here we go.
You've let her go. because you're as old as and
Tony's like a
Rosie.
fucking, mate, Tony's
She would
from
have been at least
Twilight.
20 or 30 years younger than
I've
you.
still got me ticket.
He's a fucking vampire. He's got eternal life. He just fucking ruins people's lives. Until today, Tone, Rosie, good on you, darling, and you deserve more than the 628 skins for being married to that.
He does. Yes.
Well done, mate. Well done, Tony.
Well done.
Love it. Now it's a bit of a pump up, boys and girls. It's a bit of a pump about the great man, because not only did he give us a bit of love today, he's old schooled us, Taz. He's old schooled. He's given us a box trifecta. What did he do yesterday, Marto?
Oh my God. He's found the cup winner at Bendigo.
He's found the cup winner at Bendigo. Now, Marto, you're all over smoking Romans. And,
oh, I know. Missed time run, but there was at Harry Caulfield had an 11 out of 10 ride on Tone's pick Wentwood. Beautiful ride. And of course the horse hung on and won the Bendigo Cup.
Tone, any thoughts, mate?
Well, like I said, it's the broken clock scenario. I've been having a really bad run. I've been able to, pick me nose. But yes, it was a good result yesterday, a better result today. And the UK wasn't too bad the other night. A couple of thirds, a first, and a couple of broken asses. But
well, we won't mention that, Tony, because you didn't throw them up. You were too gun shy. But now all of a sudden you're erect.
No, I didn't want to throw those up. Absolutely, yeah. Well, they weren't.
Tone had 4 tips last night. He got 2/3 in a first, but he's been a bit gun shy because he's been going that bad. But all of a sudden, Wentwood and the trifecta in 3 has changed everything. Everybody's just waiting for the titanium tip. I'm going to keep you waiting, boys and girls. Don't you worry about that. Now, Tassie Moss music was pretty plain. Turidan, I wish that the Peach just got a little bit of a breather halfway through, and unfortunately she didn't. If she got a bit of a breather, even Harry Coffey said it might have been tough to get Turidan, but Smoking Romans bit the. But what about my favourite horse, Armade, Taz? What do you think about that? What a horse.
Look, seriously, fantastic. This time around, as I think we spoke about it off camera, it didn't just miss the kick.
No.
It wanted to stay in there and have a picnic.
Yeah.
And then it decided, I better get out. But what a finish. Seriously,
Marto,
if that horse learns how to jump.
It reminds us of the Great Flash, doesn't it? The Great Flash.
Oh,
yeah,
incredible.
Towards the end of his career, he didn't want to jump out the gates either.
Didn't want to jump out either. Massive run, got beaten 3.5 lengths, and it's missed the start by 20.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable. Tony, congratulations, mate. Now we know it's all about you all the time, Tony. We know it's all about you. You're like our little mascot.
No, not me, mate. Team effort. We're a team effort.
Unbelievable, mate. On fire, mate. Anyway, we go to last week. Why is punting so unkind? The Times, Totonium Tippy went to the stars. Celestial illusion. No divine intervention there, Tony.
No, I think it was an illusion. It was just, it was an illusion. Absolutely. It's like the English World Cup soccer team,
Right.
They promise so much and deliver so little. And that's what happened,
Pezza very quickly. There was no tonk in the honky. Absolutely shit ride. And she had nothing in the tank at the end. And I always wonder, in a small field of 7, how the fuck are you 5 wide the trip? It just does my head in. Like, how the fuck can you be 5 wide in a 7-horse field? There's not even that many fucking horses in the field. Like,
it's field shy.
It breaks your heart. Marto's been 2 veg. Zayrak had a beautiful run in transit, but
everything right in the run, and looked like we were going to kick off the bend, but he didn't.
No,
he's battled on, and like you said, just battled on for third, just ran along in the pack like a wild Brumby. Didn't want to lead.
Yep. And Tez's pick was straight up the date.
No, it went well for the first 200, and that's about it. So like the jockey got it out, got it in a good position, looked like everything was right, and it said, "That's it, done my job, no more."
Now, Tone, you're our resident professional tipster now, not Marto from Pumpkins anymore. We got 3 out of 4 legs, and the anchor, the man weighing us down and keeping us afloat, has not missed a last leg quaddie since we've changed up the system. Pez found a bit of value in Lunar Flare from Mornington form, stands up in the city amazingly. Now, Mr. Worldwide, did you miss one in the Cox Plate?
I think I did, didn't I?
It was an Irish horse.
Yeah, I know, mate, but those 3 looked really good. Bit of a freak in the Cox Plate there.
Yeah, I think Animo were a bit stiff in the stewards' room. I think we're a bit stiff too. If you see the
I expected that protest to be upheld, to be honest.
Yeah,
Really did.
Cancer was great. He couldn't even whip the horse. He had to stop riding it.
He had no room at all.
And past the post, Animo did get in front, so I was a bit. Anyway, we won't cry about that because the Blue Butlers probably don't need it, but it would have been great to see a 3-year-old again. I think Savabeel was the last that won the Cox Plate as a 3-year-old. No, was it Seamus? No, I forget what it was. Anyway, here we go, boys. We don't have the meeting two, but we don't need the voices. Marto, straight into it. Meeting two.
Mato's right here. He's got it.
There he is. We're going for yearning. We're going to the Wakeful Stakes at Flemington, race 3. We're going yearning. I really thought yearning would end up in the Derby, but they've taken it to the Wakeful Stakes instead. A couple of good runs, and I think she's actually the top rater in this field. $6. I'm surprised at the price. I'd really expected to be around $4. Like you see, she opened at $4.60. They've come for a couple of other things, but yearning got a good gate. Damien Thornton fixed her up last start by riding a cold and flying home. And he's going to have plenty of time at the Flemington track and plenty of room to get home.
This horse, Taz, is very strange for me because you can always get 6-1.
Yep, and probably fair enough too. But I don't know. I'm not tipping against you, Marto, but I do notice that there's another Marto tip in this, and that's stalking. So what tipped the scales? I mean, you're pretty quick to sack stalking here.
Yeah, well, it had nothing last start, and it's got the crook Fred Kersley on.
Oh, don't mention Kersley.
No, I wouldn't be on that either.
Look, it's just going to be stalking again, right?
Now, Marto, I'm afraid I have to ask the expert in this group. I thought it was you, but I'm going to ask the expert.
Oh, let's go to Tone.
Thoughts?
What's your thoughts?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, you.
Expert? I'm an expert. This is a drip under pressure.
Tez, how good is that? How good is that for content? I pump him up. Here's the expert, not Marto. What do you think? And then we get the
look.
Oh, mate,
the humility,
right? I like the owners, but Thug Thornton on board, I wouldn't back him with stolen money for me because he's ripped me off so many times. I don't trust him. Yeah. He's like an oxygen bandit. When he gets up top, he gets altitude sickness, and that's the end of it. He's cost me so much money.
You realise he came to win the group run last start, right?
Maybe. Taz, maybe I shouldn't have asked.
Several.
No, look, all I know is, Tone,
he cost me.
I love the humility in your approach when we say that you're the expert and you say no. You are the expert. But hang on. As a good expert, seriously, stop bagging the jockeys. Yeah. They're doing a job for us here. You can't just Thug Thornton. Seriously, Thug. The poor guy's got small man syndrome.
Yeah, you know, Tony, mate, he's still spewing about Archer. He's still spewing about Archer's third up fucking run back in 1858. So don't worry about that.
I'll take it back and say he's a good jockey, but when it doesn't work for me. We're not, I just can't catch him.
Anyway, thanks, Tone. Single fister, where are we going, Tassie?
We are sticking to Sydney. Wow. And we're going to a highway. And we're taking highway. We are going to a highway.
No, Tone. He's not tipping a highway again.
I'm tipping a highway.
Is your name Pezza?
No, I've been there before and I've failed. Okay, so it's taken me a lot of time to get back into this, but I have found one. It's only had 5 starts. It's had 3 wins. It'll handle the dry and the wet. Its last start, it may look terrible when you look at the numbers, but it was in the Kosciuszko.
It was.
Having said that, if you look at these colours, and you look at Marto's selection, we could be up for a colour double.
Yes, I think you
colour double. The silk's double.
That's it.
The same owners. There we go. Now, Marto, you're pretty keen on Ceasefire too.
I don't mind Ceasefire, but I'm really waiting for Ice and Vancouver to fire again. But I mean, this is a highway. I'd rather stay away myself. Sorry.
Highway, Tone.
But I do like Ceasefire. It was okay in the Kosciuszko.
You know what the best thing about a highway is, Tone?
No.
You know, it's like anything can win at any price, because usually if it's a hot pot, if it's in red figures, it brains them. And if not, if there's any if it's black figures, there's nothing in the red, mate, you can get on something that your odds, Tone, and win.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're 550 the field. Ceasefire's the bloody favourite, isn't it?
No, your toppy, I think he's got the blows. He's gone out to 6 and yours has come in. That toppy's come in.
Right.
So,
I see the price just changed. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it has flipped a bit. But look, I think you'll get at $6, even 6 to 1 the field, and you're taking the favourite at 6 to 1. That's value. And the horse has had 3 wins for 5 starts. Kosciuszko, last race.
Yeah, well, it's
I'm due to win on a highway.
I love betting in a highway because, as I said, there's something at 30 or 40s, and they come to town for the weekend and they're all up and about, and they get a Huey Bowman or a Robbie Dolan on and let them go. So I don't blame you, mate. I love the highway for the value, but fair income. You're a superstar, degenerate. Well done, Taz.
That's all right. Thank you.
Anyway, boys, let's get into the more important stuff. Here we go. Now we've got the Derby. Now, Tone, you're up. Tone, who wins the Derby, mate?
Oh, Hitotsu. Got to go with the Japanese horse.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, look. No, yeah. I've got to stick with it.
Taz, Mardo, do you know what Hitotsu means?
No, I don't.
It means the one.
The one. Well, there you go.
It means one person or one beer or one something. So
one
maybe
winner.
Tony thinks it's one winner. Hitotsu. Now, Pezza, not surprisingly, I'm on number 1. I'm on Forgot You. I tipped this as a Pezza's push when it was first up, and then it basically hasn't lost again until the Guineas. So Pezza poisonous very well. I wish I had a little futures bet on this, but I don't. But I'm a bit worried about the gut bust. It's had a couple of really tough runs, and Commander Harry at 27, if the Peach gets another run like it did at the Valley, don't be too surprised if the stablemate puts up a big show. It was 100 to 1 last week, Commander Harry. Nearly stole.
Well,
Cricket's
well,
thanks, boys.
What do you want us to say? 100 to 1 is going to win. Do you think we're looking for a Reading? Is that what we're looking for here?
Mardo, Gunstock?
Gunstock, yes. Loved the last couple of runs, and of course, come away with the win. Come away with the win last start. Possibly a bit of rain in Melbourne. I don't think that's going to matter if a track gets to a soft 5 or 6. I think he's still going to win. Gate 19, I'm not worried about that. John McNeil will have him.
You're not worried about Gate 19?
Not at all, mate. John McNeil will have him off and running.
I think Gunstock takes its medicine, and it gets back and storms home. So
it can do.
I don't think it'll really worry it if it has to take a bit of medicine and drop back.
No. I'd prefer if he got into a nice little midfield sit. Something around midfield, one off the rail, and just ran behind the pace.
Yeah. But, now, Tassie, you like Gunstock as well, and you've got a bit of a roughie there, but your Gunstock.
Yeah, Gunstock, yeah. If you've got to pick one, you've got to take, in my opinion, on with Mardo there. I stick with Gunstock as well.
Right.
Look, whether it gets one off the fence, midfield, or even if it's maybe out a little bit wide with a bit of cover, I still think that it's going to give itself every opportunity to just go whooshka over the top. Maybe the heavens will open and it will go through. Otherwise, around the outside and whooshka.
Yep. Cheerful moments at $70, but you're going to have a couple of bucks each way on it, eh? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, that's the one. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a bit of a story there. Do you know what I mean? We're always looking for stories, aren't we?
Yes. Norm Smith medal, you always.
What do we got? We've got good old Blake McDougall.
Yep.
And Smith. And I just think, Moore's done his bit. He's won his group races. And then we had Bayliss over in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And now we've got, Blake. He's been working the country tracks in New South Wales. Yep. Maybe he's the next story.
Yep. Fair enough. And I love myself a little bit of Lindsay Smith magic, the crook. The old saying, there's something in those dunes, they say, for Darren Weir Tone. That's what Michael Hawkes would say. But anyway, good luck in the Derby. It's a great day's racing in Melbourne. And if I tell you what, if you pick 3 winners out of the 9 races this week in Derby Day, you are on fire, because it's one of the most competitive days of racing that we ever see. And I think they're all listed or grouped So I think there's 6 Group 1s this Saturday. How good is that? Love it. Oh, right, crickets. There we go. Barney. Well, Barney's gone. The quaddie. Where is he? The first leg, Taz, you're up in the derby. We've just talked about it. Your numbers are 1, 4, 10, and 15. Any other thoughts there, boys?
No.
All
You got anything else? I'm quite happy.
Look, I haven't put in Hitoshi. I've thrown in Cerberus. It's run in Adelaide, where it came over the top of them. I reckon it'll go all right. Again, it's drawn outside of Gunstock, if I'm right. I think it's drawn 20. But again, in this type of race, really you could go short. You could probably just go one out again if you want. Yeah, and still get it. I mean,
I don't mind Spirit of Gaylord down the bottom at number 20, but it won't get a run. It's the third emergency. It's only having its 4th start in the Derby, and its win or all of its runs have been looks like it's going to get the distance pretty easy, but I don't think it's going to get in, unfortunately, the 20. Yeah. But that's something to look at. You never know. It might be a bit of rain. Is there rain in Melbourne, Taz?
9 races.
Yeah, there is at the moment. It's bucketing down at the moment. I don't know how long it's going to go for, but at the moment it is bucketing down.
Thanks, Marto. Pezza has got a really tough race. There's a lot of horses here coming from the Guineas. There's a couple of horses coming down from Sydney. PaLTI, Marto, you were all over that a couple of weeks ago, and then the next week it brains them.
Well, we were.
I've got numbers 2, 4, 6, 9, and 14. I've thrown in Artorias because I think it's the class horse of the field. An amazing run in the Caulfield Guineas. If you can have a look at the start, it was a little bit like Amade. It always misses. It's dropping back to 1200, which basically I'll put a line through it. But if the class horse wins, this will be it. Pretty keen on the Sydney form of In the Congo and PaLTI. Taz, you love those silks, don't you? Of the they got horses with the Snowdens, they got horses with the Freedmans and the water. They're pretty popular colours.
You don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's why.
Yeah.
Smart move. Good owners.
I've thrown the PaLTI in as well because obviously it brained him last start, Marta, as we know. And I'm pretty keen on one here for the Mar Eustace stable. Dirty Dean Yendelon at Marine One. If there's going to be a knockout horse, I reckon this is it. So we always need that one horse that's going to come over the top of them, and this is the one. That's the one I found. Marto, you got a big race, and this is fucking wow week. Oh. This is very even.
This is
toughy, Marto. Toughy.
I've got 4. I reckon we could go 8 legs and still miss. 8 selections and still miss here.
3, 5, 6, and 14, Marto.
Yeah, we've tried to narrow it down.
I know you like Mr. Brightside. You tipped that a couple of weeks ago.
Mr. Brightside, I think if you are going to go skinny, then Mr. Brightside, you've really got to have in. Who else we got there? We got Ice Bath in it. Hang on, sorry, we're in the wrong race. Well, they go 3, 5, 6, and 14.
Yeah. Maybe you needed. Did you need Ice Bath? Maybe, mate. Is that right? That's one of your favourites.
I don't rate her in Melbourne.
Right.
Buffalo River, got to have him in there with Linda Meachon.
Yep.
The 6, Arameo is going to pop up again sooner or later.
Yep.
And 14 down the bottom, Mr. Brightside. Like I said, you've got to have him in there, mate.
Yeah, he's I
cannot rule out Superstorm.
He's won 6 in a row, hasn't he, Mr. Brightside?
Only 6 in a row. And Willow hasn't screwed it up yet. He's still running with only 52 kilos.
Yeah.
Can't rule the weight.
Why have you left out Shallot or Chalet?
No, like I said, I had to narrow down to 4 selections, and I could have another 4 in there quite easily. Yeah. So I had to cut some.
I'm probably going to have a bet on Cascadian. I think it always wins the race.
Yeah. Cascadian, Ice Bath, Chalet. Yeah. Once you could have in there. Even King Magnus, it could pop up again at 26.
Yeah, King Magnus is one of yours. You've tipped that a few times in the past too. So I think Cascadian, there's always one run in it, and it always works out somehow. So I think this might be the race, but geez, it's a tough leg. If you're going to go wide in this leg. Jesus Christ.
Definitely.
You could probably go 2 in the Derby. You could probably narrow it down to Forgot You if it's over the bus cut. You probably go the fave in Gunstock, the Boom, the Progressive. But this race, Jesus Christ, there's a few ghosts in this race, Tone.
Oh, yeah. Quantum Mechanics there too. We've had that one, haven't we?
Yeah, Quantum Mechanics. Tone tipped that fucking more times than tipping a Warrnambool trifecta in 3. And then, of course, Hey, don't forget Romancer too at that price at one at $100.
Yeah, that's
plus.
right.
Here
I was
one
gonna say.
new market at $101.
Yeah, you know.
Like, anyway, Tone's got the anchor, so no problem, Tone. Money in the bank.
Yeah, I think the one's a big chance because they've taken off Craig Williams, and it's a big chance at $6, and it will win one, I think, with the right jockey. I've chucked in Minaj, that's the favourite, or however you say that, with J-Mac on board.
Love Minaj.
Big chance. Yeah, Marbusha is one of my favourites, 27 skins. Jai McNeil, get ready, coming home. Move aside, lady with a pram. And you've got to throw in the 9 Ballistic Lover.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's what Rosie says.
And you've got to throw in Bless Her. There you go, Pezza. There it is,
Bless
right there.
Rosie, that's right. Bless the
Nice win today for Rosie. Nearly picked up a grand. Beautiful.
Now, Tassie, I've got to mention the 15. It's my mate's horse, Calcani Royale for the Bennett Racing Stable. All the boys are pretty stoked because I think they can actually go and see the horse run this week. So it's very exciting as owners. So I hope I'm going to have a little bit of something at 50. It's absolutely flying too, Calcani. So I hope they're in the Flemington Winners Bar. If Tony can't get us home in the quaddie, I hope Calcani runs up to its heart because it has got a big heart. Marto, you pretty keen on any, mate? You think Tone's got it?
In the last one, yeah, I do like the 5. As Tony said, Minhaj, I'm a big fan of that horse as well. Yeah. Especially with J-Mac on down from Sydney.
J-Mac's got to run. He's got Jesus Christ. He's got a good runner in every race this week at Army Day. The poor bastard misses the Melbourne Cup ride, Marto.
Oh, yeah, the poor bastard. Comes down to check out his Melbourne Cup ride and has got swelling and tendon issues ruled out.
Yeah.
Marto, what about Rubisaki? Rubisaki.
Tassie, Rubisaki, that's your favourite horse.
It's not, because the one that I'm going to talk about is Never Talk. And I know that Tone's, he's knocked Willow, but Willow's gone on to Never Talk. And if you go back and watch the videos, that last start was an absolute beauty. So, again, I hope Tone gets us home. I'm sure he will. But I'm going to go and throw one extra in, and I'm going to throw in Never Talk.
There we go. Wow.
Tough day.
And if Rubisaki does get up, I'm still breaking something at home.
Yeah. And hopefully Calcani gets up from my mate's circus. Good luck, boys. Fish. Well done. Marto, if we do get the quaddie Saturday, we should be able to buy ourselves a bucket of chicken or a plate of Chinese.
Well, that depends. I mean, we do have...
What's happening?
Where'd he go?
It could be a favourite stay. It could find value.
Yeah, the fields are huge. So
yeah.
And of course, Derby Day, even Tone's ex-missus will be having a punt. So I think the pools will be there as well. So it should be a great day. And as I said, I get goosebumps on Derby Day. This is for me is like grand final. There's no better racing in Melbourne on a Saturday, and Sydney can go get fucked. But anyway, here we go. This is what the analytics points to every week, Marto. They don't give a shit about the meat and 2 veg. They sort of a little bit interested. They're a little bit interested in the Fister, but they don't give a shit about Pez's push because we just put a line through Pez. But the great man, Mr. Warrnambool, Mr. Wangoom himself, the Grand National Master.
No.
Because it's the trifecta in 3. Has Wheatwood over Smoking Romans like it's fucking a lay down misère. A titanium tip. What's he found? Hopefully Rosie's on.
Well, there's a story to this. Taz loves the story. Marto loves the story.
We do love a story.
Here we go. Still a star.
Celestial illusions, Tone.
Now, this is story to this. Rosie's sister is a part owner in this. Serious stuff. Yes, they're part owners in this, and they've got Still a Star and Mystic Journey, I believe, running around on Saturday. So wish them all the best. Hope they can both win. But when they bring them to town across that little bit of a stretch of water from Tassie, they're ready to rock and roll. So let's hope that Still a Star, and I'm a big fan, can rock it home and get the coin and get us in for a big collect this week.
Taz,
we're all got a winner.
It's actually the omen bet, because if you think about it, it's got Tone written all over it. Still a star. That's you, Tone.
That's you,
So
mate.
You picked one just that suits you.
Yes.
So well done.
Well done.
Still a star, Tone, Mr. Warrnambool, Wangoom, whatever you
Mr.
call him, the Grand
Wangoom.
National, the whole lot. Well done.
What's
I like
the
it a
hill
lot.
called at Warrnambool? What's the hill, Marto? You know what it is. Brax's paddock or whatever it is.
Okay.
Anyway, still a star, Tone. Seriously, this has turned into a little bit of the ex-wife Rosie show today. I would love to get her on board. I'd love to get her on the old Zoom and hear a few stories about the young
Not going to let you
back in
talk
the
to
day.
her. Yes.
Hey?
Not going to let you talk to her.
Well,
Can I interview her, Tony?
yeah, we'd love to get Rosie. If you're watching
you'd love to
this,
get information
Special
on
guest
them, yeah.
appearance.
a
Let's do
special
it.
guest appearance, we would love Rosie to get on the show and tell us all about a young little Tone running around Launceston like a fucking rabid dog. It would be fantastic to hear the great man in the past. And Tone, you were still a star, but we're just not sure what type of star you are. But last week you're in the Celestial Illusion, so hopefully this week,
Right, yes.
it's.
Let's hope he's
Some
not a
way
falling
from
star.
Sydney. I love the big track, the big Flemington. Get a run if they're any good. They get a run.
Now,
Yeah,
Tone,
love the-
Rosie's giving you a little bit of a kick in. She reckons it's a chance.
reckons it's a chance.
Okay.
Yes. Well, they're hoping they can both get have a good run. So
Well,
yes.
I
That's-
thought we'd
that's
put a
what
line
they
through
do.
Mystic Journey a few starts ago, Marto, and she's absolutely upended the form. She's on fire.
She's thereabouts, isn't she?
Yeah.
You really can't write her off.
Hoof on the till, as
Yeah.
they say, Tassie. Still a star. Well done, Mr. Wangoom. Here we go. And Pezza, oh, Jesus, I better wind this up here. I better get rid of that clock. Now, boys, I'm just going to the richest race this week. Marto, how much are we running for in the Golden Eagle?
$7.5 million in Sydney.
$7.5 million they're running
that's
around
Pez's
for.
pocket money for a year. Yay, there we go.
Pez has found the story. Tassie's put me onto the story, and I reckon the story this year is Brocky Ryan. He's won the Theo Marks, and he's won another group race, which escapes me as always. But this kid, he's not a kid, he's a man. And he's come this year and he's won 2 group ones already on Jamia and Chat. So
Yep.
I love him in a big race because he's honest, Brocky. He's honest. He's a 27-year-old trying to do it his way. So I like him. I don't mind this horse too. It's up in class. Look at the barrier though, boys. Barrier 4. It was absolutely raped in its last start around the bend. Got more checks than Tony did today.
Yeah.
And it still screamed home 6-7 wide and ran 3rd. So it's meeting a couple of them a little bit better in the weights. It's out of barrier 4. Brocky's on. I reckon this is a little bit of a steal.
Oh, I think you're onto something here, Pezza, mate.
Oh, Marto!
I have a
Please.
question for the great man. I have a question for the great man.
He's not bringing a claim to this race.
Wow, Marto's
He's not bringing his claim. You can see that 0 next to the A.
Yeah,
So they rate him to run at the full weight.
they run him the road at the full rate. That's right. And
Oh,
the thing
dear.
is, at the track, Taz, never been unplaced.
Never been unplayed.
Loves Rosehill.
You loves Rosehill. Pez's
Loves.
push.
Totally
Marto's signed off on it.
Yep.
Tone's behind it.
I don't
a line
know.
through
Does it jump, Pezza? Will it miss
Does
the
it?
jump? Will it
No,
jump?
it jumps. Brocky jumps him.
right.
Has it got a history of heart disorders?
We don't
I
need any
love
owners with
I
this
love
one.
heart disorder.
Ruthie, that
Don't
looks
worry about
nice
that.
value there. I like that
Um,
one, Pezza.
Thank you, Marto. I thank God, because usually it's crickets when Pez throws one out. I just love the barrier. I think last start, the barrier fucking absolutely destroyed it. And this time, the barrier, it gets the draw, it gets the weight relief from the 2 that beat it last start. And
Yep.
Brocky Ryan, actually, Marto's onto something there. They've employed him to run this without the weight claim because they can't claim it's all 57.5 set weights. So,
Marto's on it. Marto's on it.
you know, and
Well,
it's,
there you
of
go.
course, there's some good horses. There's Prime Star and all these horses and blah,
Oh, it's
blah,
a great
blah.
field.
Oh, yeah.
The last time Brock Ryan rode it was at Kembla and he won with it.
Yeah, he won the silver. So,
They put Regan Bayless on last start at Randwick and he ran 3rd. So
Yep.
let's go, Brock.
let's go, Brocky. They've employed the good jock, young jock, but as I said, he's a little bit mature age, a bit like Tone.
That's all right. He's a late bloomer, isn't he?
He is a late bloomer. So absolutely stoked. Now, Tony, let's tell our faithful a little bit about today. 11 in the 14th gets about 154 skins, but $5,000 for the Yankee boys.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got
to get on the Yankee. You've got to get on the Yankee. I mean, we've behind the scenes. We've all thrown out winners privately.
Yes.
It's just a matter of when we all do it together publicly, and we're getting closer and closer. I mean, you know, King Tone was a little bit out of touch, and he's just gone bang. Seriously, just gone bang. He's like the alchemist, turning it into gold.
Count the rupee, still a star.
Count the rupee, still a star.
We've got the derby covered for you. Ceasefire, says Tone, always. And of course, Tony and Rosie. Maybe Rosie's yearning for something, Tone. Maybe something nostalgic.
She might be yearning for the 4 winners. I'm sure she'll have a little bit on the 4 of us cracking one up there.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to start DMing Rosie to try to maybe Tone's birthday, boys, is next month. I think it's December. December, Tone, your birthday?
Certainly is.
I might get Rosie lined up there as a little surprise guest on Tone's birthday.
Do you want me to make a cake? Because
yes.
I've got a big garage at home. I can fit it in.
Yes.
So we can put the candles on it.
Yeah, get Rosie jumping out of it. That'd be amazing.
Let's put some wagon wheels in it and some Turkish delights. All those little delectable items.
That's how old Tony is. He thinks Turkish delights are good. So,
they are.
Taz, you're Greek. What's you? Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about? Turkish delights, polywaffles, chiquitos.
That's right, Taz. You're on it. You're on it. The good stuff.
We know. We know.
Hey, Taz, you don't mind a bit of licorice?
Only if it's chocolate coated.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
gotta love the bullets.
Tony's so old that his dummy was made of fucking ouzo. So, you know, like, golly, like, fucking. Anyway, boys, thoughts and prayers. Derby Day's here. This is the biggest day for a lot of our PaLTI followers, I'm sure. This is our grand final. What a day in Melbourne. Sydney still trying to battle us, Marto, still trying to grab some attention with the gold medal, which is huge. And let's hope we all win. Like Tony just throws out 3 of them in race 6. Warrnambool. Mr. Wangoom just goes, there's the trifecta, boys. Have a quinella as well. There it is. Do what you want. Like fucking Popeye with spinach. Bang.
Taz,
any thoughts, mate? You got anything for us?
Well, I'm just going to say that the Chocky Wheel did throw out Smiling Assassin last week. Another huge one. So there'll be a little bit of Chocky Wheel action happening again. Right. I know the focus is, of course, Melbourne, and then, you know, the pretenders over there in Sydney. But good old South Australian racing. Love the Chocky Wheel.
The Chocky Wheel when it throws up at 15-1, and for the last 2 wheels, we've got a bit of a long price horse up there, and a couple of quinellas too. You've put in your little write-ups. Marto, we'll go to you. Marto, any final thoughts, mate?
Yeah, something a little funny there. You got the Rosehill Cup on after Gold Trip was scratched due to lameness last week, and suddenly it's popped up in Sydney for this week, 2,000 metres at Rosehill. What's going on there? Is that a setup?
Sydney's already cleared it. They already reckon its gate is unusual. So no problem. Tony, you've got a strange gate. Well done, mate. Any final thoughts?
As they say, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly. Thanks for nothing, Tony.
That's it. Big weekend. This is the time of year when we shine, usually in the autumn. That's for us here, spring for you guys. And this is when we get the big quaddies up, the big doubles. Yes. Johnny Get Angry, Miami Bound.
Johnny Get Angry, Miami Bound, Positive Peace. And by the way, please bet within your means, which for me means as much as you can.
All right.
Here we go, boys. We were cut out again by Zoom. But anyway, it's all about Tone today, and it's all about our beautiful Rosie. Now, Rosie, if you're out there listening, we would love you to get involved here at Team PaLTI. We'd love to hear some stories about
the great man. I'm going to put up with, Rosie. I've got this. I've got this. I've got to deal with this.
Well,
every week.
Well, Rosie, I know you would tell the truth. I know you're an honest lady, an honest woman, and you tried to make an honest man out of this bloke. So we'd love to get you involved around Tone's birthday in December. I'll be DMing you, Rosie. Now, Marto, thanks very much, mate. Mr. Worldwide. Good luck this
Most
weekend.
welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Big weekend.
Roger, Marto.
And Tazzy,
Yep.
you got a couple of words for Woodsy?
Yeah, Woodsy, if we're going to get celebrities on, let's get Rosie on first.
Yes.
And then maybe we'll get you for a nice dress up. You can put your like bowler hat on or stuff, your suit. And we'll get you on as well because we do like to reward our PaLTI following. So Woodsy, get ready. You're coming. After Rosie.
Woodsy's just commented. Remember the Facebook, we'll have a couple of links in the description for Marto and of course us. Get on Facebook because, you know, Mr. Random himself, Tone just throws out a trifecta in 3, as you all know now and are probably sick of if you weren't on. And Woodsy, we feel for you, mate, because we're as surprised as you are that Mr. Wangoom just goes, oh, let's go to the Whalers and tip a trifecta in 3 and race 6. Like, freak. So well done, Woodsy. Angsty, welcome to the club. I'm glad you got on, mate. You only joined up yesterday. Rosie, we're all over you, like Tony was back in the day. We'll be DMing you. Don't worry about that.
Come spill the beans.
Come spill the beans. That's right. That's our new show. Come spill the beans.
Come spill the beans.
That'll be great. And boys, very exciting. Taz.
Yes.
Tone, Marto,
Yes.
we've got some news about the Melbourne Cup. Is that right, boys?
Oh,
We are doing it, aren't we?
We are.
special
We are
edition
doing it.
of PaLTI.
Special edition of PaLTI. We got the Melbourne Cup. We'll know the field and the barriers on Saturday night. So hopefully Sunday sometime we might be posting a little special episode, and it's all to do with the Cup. Let's hope that Dennis Pagan can get Johnny Get Angry back in running again so he can give it to Bossy, because Bossy's had a crack. Like, Johnny Get Angry shouldn't be in the fucking field, but I suppose that Johnny Get Angry it ran like its last 22. It's ran its last what was it 422 seconds or something, like amazing work at the end of 1800. So maybe Johnny Get Angry's found a little bit of life like Tone. He's taken all the gear off. He's taken all the tongue ties and everything, and he just let him
The
run.
blinkers and the pacifier, they're all gone.
They're all gone. Johnny Get Angry's naked. And as we say in Japan, hadaka ni natte, nani ga warui, which means, what's wrong with being naked? Well done, PaLTI peeps. Get involved. Join us in here on Facebook. Check the description. Rosie, we love you. Woodsy, dress up. Tazzy, see you freak. Get the chocky wheel spinning. Marto, no words. Tone, what the fuck is going on, mate?
Champion.
What is the certainty this week? We're all in key.
What is it? Certainly.
Don't say the M word, Marto. Don't say the M word.
I'm not saying the M word.
Don't
But
say
he's
the
dropped
M
the C
word.
word.
Don't say the M word.
That's just as bad.
We all know Tony likes oral, but don't say the M word.